So only 3 problems, or are there more? Just didn't write them on the board yet. Okay, we'll do those. Number 5. Okay, here we go. This problem is on the test. In fact, this is probably the number 8 on the test right here. The 3 roots of this equation. Okay, without even reading the rest of the problem. If A, B, and C are the roots, what is A plus B plus C? What do you get when you add all 3 roots together? Negative B over A. Negative B over A. If you multiply them 2 at a time, you will get C over A. And if you multiply them 3 at a time, you get negative B over A. In fact, on the test, I'll just give you the same equation. I won't even change the equation. So you write this down on your paper. I give you 1 out of 8 just for writing that down. Okay, now you have to use it to solve the problem. So we want to write an equation whose roots are not A, B, and C, but 2A, 2B, and 2C. Now there's 2 ways of doing the problem. I'm going to show you both ways. Because maybe the one on the test doesn't have a shortcut. But some of you see there's a shortcut here, yeah? But maybe the one on the test don't have a shortcut. Okay, so you got to learn how to do it like the normal way. So the equation's going to be, if you have 3 roots, what's the equation going to be? Cubic, cubic. Assume A to be 1, right? We've done this how many times already, right? Right? Negative B over AC. Maybe I shouldn't use ABC because you get confused. Negative this over that is the sum of the roots. So what number goes in here? The sum of the 3 roots. 2A plus 2B plus 2C. Now, can I use these 3 things here to figure out what that is? Yes, just factor out the 2. If you factor out the 2, you get A plus B plus C. Hey, but A plus B plus C, you somebody, yeah? That's negative 3 halves. And what's 2 times negative 3 halves? Negative 3, that's the number you put in there. So it doesn't matter, I can give you anything here. You just add them up, and that's what goes inside here. And so you use that, using these 3 things to figure it out. Okay, what number goes inside this one? You multiply the roots 2 at a time. So this times this is 4AB. This times that is 4AC. This times that is 4BC. Can I use these 3 things here to figure out that? Yeah, just factor out the 4. See, this is an easy one. You wish you get something this easy on the test. Okay, and A, use somebody. That's 5 halves. So 4 times 5 halves is 10. That's the number that goes here. And the last one is you multiply them all 3 at a time. What is this times this times this? A, B, C. Can I use these 3 things to figure out that? Yeah, ABC is negative 7 halves. So this is simply 8 times negative 7 halves, which is negative 28. That's the number you put in there. Boom, there's your answer. The only thing that's going to change on the test is these. I'm just going to give you different. It's not going to be 2A. What was the, okay, we already did 2 so far. What was the first one we did? A minus 1, B minus 1, C minus 1, right? And then now 2A, 2B, 2C. And I think you're probably going to get another one on Poly 7. Yep, there you go. Poly 7, there's another one. So by the time you take the test on Wednesday, you should be well practiced for it, I hope. Or you guys better practice on your own. Okay, now, is there a faster way to do it? Yes, in this part, like the last problem we did in this one, there's a shortcut, but there's not always a shortcut. So, think of this as a graph. Think of this as y equals this. If the 3 roots are A, B, and C, what do I have to do to this graph to make the roots 2A, 2B, 2C? Don't you have to like stretch it out by a factor of 2? Did we learn how to stretch a graph horizontally by a factor of 2? Yes, in Algebra 2 we did. What makes a graph stretch horizontally by a factor of 2? F of 2x? No, f of x over 2. This stretches the graph horizontally by a factor of 2. So the shortcut in this problem is just substitute x over 2 for x. That's all you got to do. Here, 2 x over 2. But then you got to know that though. If you don't know that, then no can. plus 7 equals, don't forget the equal 0. Every year students forget the equal 0 and they wonder why they get minus 1. Because it's not an equation unless you have an equal sign. That's your answer, and then you just simplify it, right? I'm assuming you guys know how to simplify. So maybe or maybe not, the one on the test, there is no shortcuts. You have to do it this way, right here. Okay, so hopefully we can do the one tonight, number 7. Okay, what's the next one? Number 7 and 8. Ah, the word problems. Okay, probably gonna have 2 word problems on the test. And you might have to use your calculator to calculate the maximum or something like that. So number 7. A can in the shape of a right circular cylinder. Okay, so now it's a can. So there's a top and the bottom, right? Is to be made from 48 pi square inches of material. What should the radius of the can be? What do you want to call the radius? R or X? What letter do you want to use here? Okay, let's use R, and here's the height. What should the radius of the can be so that if the volume of the can is to be 45 pi cubic inches? Okay, so they're giving us information for the surface area and the volume. So we can write 2 equations. Now look at this picture. What is the volume of this can? What's the formula for volume of a cylinder? Pi r squared h. That has to equal 45 pi. Hey, you get 1 point. Write that down. Then it says the surface area is 48 pi square inches. Okay, what's the surface area of this can? You got a circle on the bottom and a circle on the top. 2 pi r squared, and then the lateral area. 2 pi r h. That's got to equal, I forgot already, 48 pi. Hey, you just got another point. Solve those equations now. Now you got to do algebra. Mr. Parker, I have problem solving 2 equations, 2 variables. Come on, that's algebra 1. Solve for one letter in one equation and plug it into the other. I don't care which way you do it, but can you see that it's easier to solve for h in this equation than just plug it into this one? Okay, look, divide both sides by pi. H equals 45 over r squared. Take this and plug it in for h there. But before you do that, can you see that you can reduce this equation? I can divide everything by 2 pi. So if you divide by 2 pi, that 2 pi is gone, that 2 pi is gone, and that becomes just 24. So what do you have left? R squared plus RH, but h is 45 over r squared. That's equal to 24. This r cancels into that r, so you have r squared plus 45 over r equal 24. How do I get rid of this fraction? Multiply both sides by r, and what a surprise, we have a polynomial equation, which is what we're studying. It's like last chapter, right? All the equations you get was quadratic, now they're going to probably be cubic or higher. How do we solve cubic equations? What do? Make one side rhymes with zero. Okay, we're going to play that game, period 3? Okay. I love playing games. Let's see how hard I can make the test. Okay, here we go. So 1, 0, negative 24. Anyway, by the way, is anybody practicing factoring by grouping, or are we just diving into synthetic division? Nobody's taking the challenge. Whatever. Okay, so what should I try? 1, 2. Should I try 2? No, you don't try 2. Factors of 45 over factors of 1. How come you're not doing 1, Mr. Park? Because I can see 1 doesn't work. Can everybody see 1 doesn't work? If I plug in 1 for r, here, look, mentally. 1 minus 24 plus 45. Is that equal to 0? Do I need to take out my calculator for that? No, that's why I'm not even trying 1. So what's the next logical choice? 3. Or should I skip to 5? I don't know what you people. 1, 3, 9, negative. Oh, okay. Hallelujah. You know what they said last year? Who was in the class last year? They said, Mr. Park, I don't know what number to try. So they said they look at the bottom of the page, and the answer says 7, 3. So they put 3 in the box and it worked. Okay, congratulations. Duh, that's what the answers are. So r minus the number in the box is a factor. The other factor is r squared plus 3r minus 15 equals 0. So r equals 3, and then use the quadratic formula in this. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. What is that? Is that 69? 69 all over 2a. Box that, that's the answer. No, nah, that would be only minus 1. R cannot be negative. You cannot have a negative length, so you gotta cross out the negative one. How come you guys don't like word problems? I mean, after all the practice that you had. How much time? We got 7 minutes left. Oh, that quiz took a little too long. Okay, number 8. Did we or did we not do this problem before? Yes or no? Just tell me right now. And let me remind you, you're under oath. Yes, we did that. Yeah, remember, Mr. Park, the cylinder and the cone. What do I have to use in this problem? Rhymes with similar or high angles. Similar triangles. Okay, there. Let me just give it to you straight. You are going to use similar triangles on one of the word problems on the test. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, no, let's do it again. Anyway, this is when you look at this problem, this is what you should be thinking. Oh, I forget how to do it. So what can you do? Besides writing the problem on the board and making me do it again. No. If you cannot remember what was done, what can you do? Watch the video. No, I love doing problems more than once. Okay, does this sound familiar? Baby bear, mama bear, papa bear? Oh yeah, now I got it. Oh. In fact, are these the same numbers I used last time too? Was it 4 and 10? Does anybody remember? The Quinto says no. What were the numbers I used?
It was 5.
Yeah, it was 5 and 10. So I changed it to 4 and then all hell breaks loose. Can you see how ridiculous this is? Oh my goodness. R, okay, let's call this R and H. Now, okay, so what are we trying to do? Let's do this quickly. It says, find the radius of the, okay, so what we need to do is write the volume as a function. Maybe I should have put that first, okay? What's the volume of a cylinder? Pi times the radius squared times the height. Now we need to write that as only one variable. So here, why don't we go r squared? Oh, r squared. Okay, now we have to write the height in terms of r. This is where similar triangles comes in. Now, do you remember which two were the two best to use? The Papa Bear and the Mama Bear. So this is H and this is 4 minus R. So in the Papa Bear, long leg over short leg is 10 over 4. In the Mama Bear, long leg over short leg is H over 4 minus R. Isn't it easy to solve for H? So H is equal to 10 over 4 can be reduced to 5 halves times 4 minus R. There you go. Take that, plug it in there. 5 halves, 4 minus R. You have to use similar triangles. Okay, now let's do it. Find the radius of the cylinder if the volume is to be 225 pi over 16. Where do I plug in this 225 pi over 16? No, I love the silent scheme. I like the silent treatment. I'm used to it at home. Okay, 225 pi over 16. Okay, so all you got to do is solve this equation. Come on! Well, the first thing I would do is I would cancel the pi's. Anything else I can do? How do I get rid of the 16 on the bottom? Multiply both sides by 16. So, but if I multiply this by 16, that becomes an 8, right? And then divide by 5. If I divide by 5, divide that by 5, what's that? What's 225 divided by 5? Rhymes with 45. 45. Okay. So 45 is equal to r squared 8 times 4 minus r. See how I reduced the numbers so I don't have to work with large numbers? Yeah, but that's the challenge, Mr. Park. Multiply it out. 45 is equal to 32r squared minus 8r cubed. Whoa, it's a polynomial equation. That's what we're studying. Hello? Okay, I'll tell you right now. I'll give it to you straight. The two word problems you're going to get on the test, they both come out to cubic equations. Okay? If you don't get a cubic equation, you did something wrong. That's what we're studying. So make one side 0. We got 3 minutes. 8r cubed. Try to make the first term positive. Some of you go crazy and make the first term negative. That's just madness. Plus 45 equals 0. Okay, and I'm assuming we're doing synthetic division. Don't forget to put the 0, because then you get frustrated. Okay, so now this one's hard. Factors of 45 over factors of 8. There's plenty of factors. Yeah. So what's the first number I should try? Well, Mr. Parker, look at the bottom. It says 1.5, so I'm going to put 1.5 in the box. Okay, no, let's play that game. 8, 12, negative 20, negative 30, negative 30, negative 40. Oh, it works, Mr. Parker. Every time I look at the bottom, it works. Oh, let's just do that all the time. Okay, go. So what do we have? R minus 3/2 is one of the factors, and then you look at this. So that stands for 8r squared minus 20r minus 30 equals 0. Now, you don't have to do this, but watch what I do. Watch what I do. What did I just do? I factored out the 2 from this, and I multiplied it over here, so it looks pretty. You don't have to do that. Okay, I just did it because it just looks nice like that. So what are your answers? R equals 3/2, and then how do I get the ones from here? This doesn't factor. Quadratic formula, 10. Okay, let's do it on the side. We got less than a minute. 10 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 100, minus 4ac, 16 times the root of 240. So that's 340, all over 2a. But 340 can be, what is that, 4 times 85, so that's 2 root 85. So divide by 2. So 5 plus or minus root 85 over 4. Box set, that's the answer. No, because on the bottom it only says plus, so you gotta erase this on there. On the bottom it doesn't say that. Okay. Why did I erase the minus 1? Cannot be negative, and on top of that, it can't be bigger than 4 either. So if there's an answer bigger than 4, you gotta cross it out. What about this? Is this bigger than 4? I don't know. No, you don't need your calculator. What is root 85? 9 point something, right? Because root 81 is 9. What is 5 plus 9 point something? 14 point something divided by 4 is 3 point something. Is 3 point something between 0 and 4? Wait, let me get my calculator. And then the last problem, can I assume everybody can graph? Where's the graph? Where's the maximum volume? Where's the volume equation? Oh, right here. Can everybody graph this on your calculator, get the hump, and calculate the maximum? Oh, you're going to have to prove it to me on the test. Okay. Well, hopefully you have an easier time at polygon. Another problem.